Hello and welcome to the Unasked Opinions podcast, the podcast where a bunch of guys in their 20s give you their opinions that you did not ask for. Also, side note, we may be a little bit drunk when we record this. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. Paul Pewter. I'm here with my co-hosts,
Michael Azor.
And Kyle Green.
And we have our special guest for today's episode who will be filtering in and out with his very, very unasked opinions. What's your name, sir?
Gucci Adameus Gang. You could call me Gag for short.
Don't call him Gag. He's weird. Anyway, the whole concept of this podcast, we're a bunch of dudes in our 20s. We have opinions no one really asked for, and we wanted to give them to you. We also may or may not have been drinking. Did I mention that already?
Yes.
I might have.
You did.
I did mention that. I did mention that.
I'm sorry, guys. Paul's been drinking.
Paul has been drinking. Paul's had a shit day. But anyway, today, for the first episode, we thought we'd keep it simple and debate something. And that something is, what's the best regional pizza style? You got this idea, Green, right?
I did have the idea. All right, so here's my thing. There's a lot of different types of pizza. Some people like it with olives. Some people would like it with onions. But that's not what we're here to debate. What type of pizza do you like, right? We got New York, Neapolitan, Detroit, Chicago, California. There are options.
Yeah.
And
There's more than that, too.
Focusing only on the big five.
Yeah.
What's your takes?
Okay, well, my first take is that I don't think Detroit belongs in the Big Five. I think New Haven should go up there because it's getting more popular. But I'll substitute for Detroit for now because
Detroit's unique.
I know it's unique.
Detroit's
We got to put it in.
You do need to have a variety.
Yeah.
to choose from.
Neapolitan and New Haven kind of verge in the same.
New
zone.
Haven's just a reskin of Neapolitan.
It is.
New Haven's
It
a
is.
reskin of New York, and it might be older. But we're getting off topic. We'll talk
No.
about
Off
New
topic.
Haven. We could do a whole episode on New Haven pizza because of how weird it is. Let's focus on the Big Five. We'll give you our contenders. First, the number one seed, the heavy hitter, the guy everyone expects to win, New York style pizza. Have you ever had a bad slice of New York pizza?
Nobody's had a bad slice of New York pizza, but New York's a classic 10, right? That's your winner pizza right there. It's a good pizza. It's a classic pizza. Everybody's had it. Everybody loves
got
it.
a good
But is it too simple?
99% of the time, it slaps.
It does. The simplicity matters. It's the dough tasting so special because of the minerals in the Hudson River. I still stand by that. We had a whole argument about this before we recorded, and I still stand by it that it is
fake.
minerals in the water.
That's
It's
not
fake.
true.
Fuck you, it's not fake.
It's
Minerals
New York
do affect
sewage.
it.
You are tasting New York sewage.
That's damn good sewage. That's what it is.
It's the aquifers. That's where you're getting the water from.
Oh my God! Listen, it's just New York pizza does. There's no such thing as bad. Even bad New York pizza is still New York pizza. You could have a slice and be like, this is fucking shitty.
All right. We don't need to stick on New York for that long.
Yeah.
What about Chicago?
That the number one rival.
Now that's a classic rival right there.
Yeah,
That's an instant rivalry.
Jon Stewart of the Daily Show would say that it's just
It's
a tomato
thick.
soup casserole.
But it's thick and it's delicious.
You can do a 2-layer cheese with a Detroit deep dish. Why can't you do that with a New York?
We're talking about Chicago, not Detroit. Get your.
We will get to
I know
Detroit.
they're both in the same
I'm
location
sorry.
in the U.S., but
Don't
like,
pass on the Midwest.
yeah, man.
Maybe I wanna
Chicago
pass.
style. Listen, I'll get a Chicago style.
Real
Actually,
talk though, fuck all the other pizzas. I want that Oreo pizza to come back.
The Oreo pizza. That was a thing.
Oh my
There
god,
was
that
some
sounds
fucking
disgusting.
place that created an Oreo pizza for dessert.
Wait, that actually
Gag,
sounds.
this is where you got your name from, okay? This is why you
I
are
am
not allowed
here
to
to
have
have a sweet
opinions.
tooth.
It doesn't matter if they were asked or unasked.
I'm here to have a sweet tooth. I am craving Oreos.
That was very much unasked, and yes, you are.
Roll credits.
Well, yeah. We're guess we're done here. Listen, Chicago and New York pizza always have this intense rivalry. But I'm just gonna say it because it's controversial. Chicago pizza kind of slaps.
It does.
It's
It holds up. They say Chicago pizza's dying a little bit, but I don't know. It still holds up.
Maybe that's just because the Midwest is dying. We can revisit that, though, in the future.
I don't think the
is
Midwest is
always
dying. I think it's just good. If we're sticking on the Midwest, though, we should probably mention the other Midwest pizza, which I don't think I've ever had.
Do you
this.
say that?
Detroit pizza. So, okay, who has had Detroit pizza here? Explain what it is.
Detroit pizza is a square pizza. It's got to be baked in a pan. You got seared edges, right? It's got like a thicker breaded bottom. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the history of Detroit pizza is that they were baked in auto parts.
I just
Because
fact-checked
of that.
That's correct.
Because of the history of Detroit as an auto hub. So, first of all, mad props. That's just cool off the bat.
that's nice ingenuity. I like that. Actually.
Second of all, it just tastes good.
It's got to be like French bread pizza. That's what it sounds like.
And it's like really good in serving sizes because you carve that thing up into squares, right? That's square sliced pizza.
So you can
everybody
pick it
gets a little square, right? That is perfect for like events.
You're
right?
telling me you can pick up that pizza?
You can definitely pick up that pizza.
I might have to give it a
it's
try. It sounds
holdable
pretty good.
lasagna.
First of all, it would be a great lasagna if it was a
It's a
lasagna.
holdable
That is a
lasagna.
benefit to this pizza. Yes.
Second of all, it's cool. Third of all, delicious.
Okay.
Respect on Detroit's name.
I like the respect, and I do want to try Detroit pizza, but it's a square. A square pizza is not a bad thing. I've worked at a Lido's before. If you ever had Lido's chain pizza, it comes in squares. It's like, yeah, it's pretty good, but like
It takes some adjustment.
it does because triangle pizza is just like so classic.
It's its own thing.
Yeah.
You gotta put
You mean
respect on its
circular
name, though,
pizza?
because think about that
Not triangle.
uniqueness, right?
Cut
I'm
triangles.
thinking the first three we've mentioned are the three distinct sections, right? You've got your classic triangle New York, right? You've got your deep dish Chicago, and you've got your square Detroit, right?
I still think Detroit
because
pizza is
the
as big as
three-
you're making it out to be. But
Detroit pizza's growing. It's overtaking Chicago. That's a thing.
Okay, all right. But I still like a classic triangle, or I guess circle, Zer, whatever your name is. I've had straight liquor tonight. Apologies. There's two other triangle pizzas we should mention. The first is the classic, the classic of all classics, Neapolitan. It's so simple. You know, a little tomato sauce, basil, a little dollop of cheese, charred in a brick oven. Neapolitan pizza just slaps because it's like the original.
Don't forget the thin crust.
Thin crust.
That's a thin
Crust is
one.
the most important part of it.
And people always ask
You
me,
have to find that good balance between the sauce and the herbs on top of it as well.
see, here's the thing about Neapolitan. Okay, first off, people always ask what's the difference between it and like New York style. Well, Neapolitan has like gaps in the cheese. It's not completely covered. Here's the thing: New York style pizza, you can never have a bad slice. Neapolitan, you can. Because you can fuck up a Neapolitan pizza. You
can
can't fuck up a New
definitely
York
mess up
pizza.
Yes.
Because
A
New York,
Neapolitan pizza.
You can't
I've had a
fuck up-
bad Neapolitan pizza.
you can't fuck up New York pizza because New York pizza is New York pizza. But you can fuck up a Neapolitan pizza, and it can be the worst thing you've ever had.
But also, it's about like the shredded cheese, right? So, like a New York pizza, that's using shredded mozzarella.
Yeah.
But oftentimes, a Neapolitan will use fresh mozzarella.
Yeah.
That's circular mozzarella.
Yeah.
That's a whole different thing. And when that works,
Oh.
it fucking slaps.
Oh my god! And would you use like olive oil, like in the sauce, and
Little
there's
drizzle?
That's
little
the nice thing.
drizzle?
Using olive
Ooh.
oil.
Why did we get pizza to do this episode?
We should have catered this with pizza.
Oh, we really should. Well, nothing could beat like this. Okay.
You know the only place that's open left at this point is probably Domino's.
Ew.
No.
Ew.
Yeah, probably.
Sorry.
Domino's slaps, but like only when you're high and drunk. Wait, we're high and drunk. No, we're not getting Domino's. I will not allow Domino's in this house.
Just try out their deep
Okay, hold on. But we have one more contender. The often forgotten California, whose whole thing is that it's essentially a Neapolitan or a New York Neapolitan mix, but they're weird, and they put artichokes on it. And like, buffalo chicken or something. It's like crazy, but it's also delicious.
I actually like California. I've been to California Pizza Kitchen before, and their pizzas aren't
California
terrible.
Pizza Kitchen. No, that's the classic California pizza right there.
Yeah. It's like I appreciate how weird it is, but at the same time, it's like I don't know.
It's an unconventional topping pizza. That's I think
So
where
some
it
of
lands.
those flavors I've seen in a New York pizza as well.
Yeah, that's
The chicken one, I've seen that before. Artichokes, though, I think that's a little out there. Same with, like, eggs. Feta I can get with. Feta would be an interesting flavor.
goat cheese. You want to put goat cheese on pizza? Actually,
That could be good. That could be good.
It could be good.
It's avant-garde
But
pizza.
It's all the strange vegetables. Like, I get you can have, like, a pepper and broccoli and
Paul, Mike, Gag, I got a question. We can just end this right here. We're already 9 minutes in. I say that we just hold a vote. Everyone agrees California's the bottom, right? Of the five. California.
I'm not. Yes, but I'm not saying it's bad.
It's not bad.
California
it's big
pizza.
five.
California pizza is okay. So if New York pizza is like the big super pop star, like the Taylor Swift, then California pizza is like the artsy artist you've never heard of, but has a surprising number of fans and puts out really interesting projects that are never gonna chart.
They put
See,
up a
for
respectable
me,
battle, but
yes.
they're just not there.
For me, I'd have to put it number 4 because I've never had a Detroit pizza.
Ooh, that's a good point. I haven't
had that. So
my unfamiliarity with Detroit pizza makes me want to put it at the bottom, but also California pizza is just so off-putting, in a good way, that I can't.
But if you haven't had it, you can't rank it. So
Ah,
you're down
that's
now to
true.
4 choices.
Have you had Little Caesars?
No,
It's
I haven't
been-
had Little Caesars.
I have, but it's been a while, so
Little Caesars is a Detroit-style pizza.
I'm gonna have to put.
subs and pizza.
I'm gonna
At
have
some
to
point,
put
I'll have
Detroit.
to have it.
Jerry's is way too regional. Like that's that. I don't think that's enough big enough a chain. That's a good point. Okay, so that leaves the big 3 at the top, and obviously we got what did
We got New York, Neapolitan, and Chicago for the top. I'm gonna just jump in here and confirm that we're saying California's in 5th, Detroit's in 4th.
fair?
I'll let
even
that
though I haven't had Detroit,
I'll let that happen. I feel like there should be a little bit more respect on Detroit's name, but I'm cool with it.
I'll give it the benefit of the doubt.
I will say this much. I think for the top three, the way I see it is this. I think this is going to be a hot take, but I think I'm going to put them Chicago at 3, New York at 2, Neapolitan at 1. Because here's why. Because yes, New York. Yes, Chicago pizza goes at 3 simply because it's deep dish. Not everyone's going to like it. Me personally, it's like deep dish rocks, but also you can't beat original flat. That's the only thing. But the reason I put them where they are with New York Neapolitan is this. Neapolitan pizza, if it's good, it is the best pizza you have ever had. New York pizza is also incredibly good too, but Neapolitan, there's just something about a good Neapolitan. Not one that's been fucked up, a good Neapolitan that is just out of this world.
All right, Mike, you want to take him on that?
I will take him on that. I would have to put the Neapolitan at 3 because
Oof,
I've had some
oof.
bad experiences lately with that. Chicago, I need to experience some more, so I'm going to put that at 2. And then New York at 1. Whenever I'm up around there, I'm going to go and get me a slice of pizza. That's New York style.
All right. So, I'm
Nice
I'm
chicken
sorry,
and broccoli.
Paul. I am. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna back Mike up on this one. New York takes the top spot,
Ugh.
but I'm
Fair.
with you that Chicago ends up in 3rd.
Yes.
Right? I think I love a Chicago style deep dish. Right? That's a good pizza right there. But you're right. It's not everybody's cup of tea. It's not everybody's take. A lot of people don't like the Chicago, so I can understand that's a controversial pick. So you got to put it in 3. Neapolitan goes in 2 because they don't have that consistency. You get good Neapolitans, you get bad Neapolitans. When it's really good, it's really good, but when it's really bad, it's really bad. But you got that consistency with the New York. You walk in, you get a New York slice, you're always getting it, right? It hits every single time. So you got to put New York on top.
I'm just saying New Haven clears all of them.
That's a whole thing.
That's
on
a whole
its
other
own,
thing on its own. We can
and
discuss that in
I
the
don't
future.
think that's true. I don't think it's true.
Listen.
Gag, what do you think? Who are you putting on top?
Get in here. What's your predictions? All right, we only got a minute and a half left.
Detroit number 1.
Whoa.
Detroit number 1. There we go. My man's putting respect on Detroit's name.
Oh my God.
I put respect on that deep dish. It's 2 pizzas in 1.
2 pizzas in 1, he says. Okay.
It's cooked
You can
in a
literally
car
do it like
shell,
that.
bro.
That's cool. And as a car guy, I like that. But I've also never had it. I gotta try it now.
I've never had it either.
I really gotta try it. Well, I think that's
Meaning his
perfect.
opinion is invalid.
Yeah, okay, you never tried it.
I'm here to troll.
Boo, gag, boo. And with that,
Mike, you're a New Yorker, okay? Your whole contribution to this is invalid. You're so biased.
my dad was from Jersey. Does that count?
That somehow makes you
Jersey.
less biased.
He's not a big pizza guy, actually. That's concerning.
New
You've
Jersey
been
has more
banned from New
Italians
York.
Okay.
than
New Jersey
York might
does.
has.
That's actually going to be the topic
By,
of our next
by percentage,
episode.
it probably has more Italians than New York.
I'm sorry, what's the topic for our next
The topic of our next episode is going to be why New Jersey is the armpit of the United States.
That's definitely not going to be the topic.
It
of
definitely
the
will
episode,
be.
No. We're gonna do why Delaware is the armpit of the United States.
Delaware?
That's
oh
not
my.
even true.
Our president is from Delaware, damn it. Put some respect on their name. And with that, we're going to have to end this first episode of the Unasked Opinions podcast. If you enjoyed this, give us a like, give us a follow. And remember, we don't know what we're talking about, but, you didn't ask for our opinions, so...
We definitely
We're going to give you our unasked opinions.
Yes, you didn't ask for these, but you're still going to get them. Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you next time.